All right. Hello, guys and girls. So, welcome back. We did have some technical issues in the first Zoom call, but this is the new one. Obviously, this is the one that we posted online. So, I was just explaining to everybody in here about the new update and how I managed to sort out the indexes when you come over to the update of the information. So, we go here and we can see here the dashboard tickers. So, in order for you to get all of the indexes, so the futures, so for future prop traders, now, this works perfectly for you. Obviously, you can just click on all of the necessary indexes here. All of these indexes are going to be against ES, which is SPA 500, which makes sense because that's the top 500 companies. So you're going to put each individual future against that one. So I've managed to work it out properly. Like I've said, for some reason before, all of them were the wrong way round. So the update you've got, if it was buying, it would tell you sell. If it was selling, it would tell you buy. So there was some issues with the coding. Again, it was just a bit more difficult because it's not the same as currency pairs that are matched against all of the different variations. So this one here is, like I said, it's all sorted now and everything. And just so we could go over to this straight away and even go over to the new table, you can see straight away from this new table, now I've managed to get rid of the other sorted matches, which is the big amount of information that was in the previous video. I've managed to put all of the information crammed into the first column of this table. Now, obviously, it's this big for the Zoom call. You can actually go into the settings here. And actually, if you just go to table text size, you can change it to tiny and it'll become really small just so people can see. So now you could use this a lot better on your phone. Now, obviously, I'm still going to have to test this singular column as we go through the week just to make sure everything is matching up correctly. If not, then I'm going to actually have to probably just rework it and so on. But for now, it seems good. So I'm not telling everyone just use this standalone. I might change it, like adapt it next week if there's any issues. Remember, I've only literally put this update you can see here with this smaller table like yesterday. So the market was closed. And it wasn't even yesterday during the day. It was when the market had closed. So I've got to test it against the market. So if you ever see me dropping screenshots and my table looks different, it's because I've got on my sorted matches here. So you can see here it says show all pair matches, and then your table will become bigger. Now, like I've tried to say in the first recording, just so everyone can understand, but this is not a new strategy for Neo, as in don't trade the old strategy. Neo is still very profitable when it gives you the buy and sell alerts that give you take profit, stop loss, entries that you've seen in any previous videos. That still works. I've shown and proven over the last 2 to 3 weeks, trades still work with that. The last one we had this week was EuroCAD. There was actually a EuroCAD buy and a EuroCAD sell, but because I was busy with coding, I never gave out the EuroCAD sell. One of the traders actually did manage to take the EuroCAD sell, managed to actually make a payout from their prop firm challenge as well, taking that trade. None of the traders in this group. So the signals still work, is what I'm trying to tell you in the previous Neo. This is just to increase the win rate. Everything I'm explaining here, everything I'm doing here. So yeah, you can see the table's nice and small now over here on the right hand side. So this is like if you're on your phone, or some people just don't want the big table. Maybe their eyesight's good, they can see it nice and small. But just for the sake of this video, we're just going to make it bigger just so everybody can see it on YouTube and stuff like that. I know some people might not have the best vision, so I can't forget about them. So yeah, as you can see straight away, it tells you straight away what price does. It's going to tell you each and every day if price is going to be a scalp trade, if it's going to be a day trade, or if it's going to be a swing trade. This is what it will tell you, and it will just work that all out for you. So if it's not giving you a good rating, as you can see here, so what I've done is I've basically merged everything together. But the main thing that we're going to go over in this video, like I explained before, is to do with the velocity. So to do with the velocity is part of what we can see down here, and it's also what gives us these buy and sell alerts based on when basically the banks are shifting money into the market. It's going to give you a pinpointed indication of when that's happened. Now, this is a mad amount of mathematical calculations I've done in order to get to this point. There's no point in explaining all the maths behind it. Just know it works. And for me to prove that it works, I don't even have to prove it works. Anybody in my group that's actually been using this in the last week or so has seen it worked. And like I said, people are managing to make profits on their live accounts. People are passing prop firm challenges. People are making payouts from what's going on here. But what this actually is here, this number on the side, like I said, it's just helpful because it gives us an indication of when the pairs going against each other have managed to do some type of maneuver. So when I say some type of maneuver, it means that imagine now price has to go up and it has to go down when you have a cross between each other. And it'll be easier for me to show you on the currency pairs, but we've got the table here right now. So the fact that one set of prices going up and one set of prices going down, now that is the perfect thing we need. It doesn't matter what strategy you trade in the world. If whatever you're trading, the first pair, so let's just say we're crossing something with ES, yeah? So it'd be a bit easier to do this. I can see why this is happening here, but yeah, let's just even do it this way. So you can see here, this is great. So we can see number one here. So it's telling us the best pair for this day would have been this pair here. So let's just say it's RTY. I don't even know what that one is. 'Cause again, I don't trade these pairs, so you'd have to bear with me. Yeah. RTY ES. Okay. Boom. So this is telling us that the best pair for this day, RTY was either going up and ES was going down. So, but what it's telling us is that when that shift happened at a 1.26 velocity rating. How you're going to understand velocity and the actual terminology itself is imagine you're actually in a car, and if you're in a car, yeah. Imagine now we got a currency pair or a future going up one way and the other going down the other way. So imagine going up is increasing the acceleration and going down is decreasing your acceleration. So you're taking your foot off the accelerator. Now, why would you want to? We already know price has to separate from each other. One goes up, one goes down. Yeah. If you're looking for your trade setup, so it works. Cool. Now, why are you going to want to trade a pair where price action is literally driving at 5 miles per hour or 5 kilometers per hour? You're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to be in most of the trades where price action is doing 50 miles per hour or kilometers an hour or 100, whichever way it makes it more sensible for you. You want the accelerator to be like a Lamborghini pedal has been pressed and the car is moving. So that's what these numbers are basically doing. It's telling you the speed at which the banks are releasing orders for the buy and for the sell on the cross of the pairs. Does that make sense for everybody so far in this Zoom call? It's literally telling you the speed and it's giving you a number factor on that. So anybody else as well? I've got two people that said yes, they understand that. This is what's literally happening here. So if we go over to it, it will say, let's go over to the number one pair quickly. So RTY. So let's go over to RTY. Let's go over to the future of it. So does anybody else understand what I just said there? You just have to type in the chat and you can just put a Y in the chat if you understand what I said there. Just so I know people are following along. The number can go way high. It can go 20, 30. But realistically, most times I've seen that the market tends to go to about 20, the max. But you can see if you look at gold now, gold was on like 17, 18, or 20 almost. So the number can go high, but you don't have to worry about that. I've sorted everything for you. Again, listen to what I've said to you. It's going to tell you when the numbers are in good places. So when the numbers are not in good places, scalp trade. When the numbers are in another certain place, which is going to tell you day trade. When the numbers are higher, the highest, starting from the highest level and going higher, it's going to tell you swing trade. Because again, if it's got all of that acceleration, it's going to be a big trade that you can swing. If it's got little acceleration, as you can see here, it's going to tell you only look for scalps this day because what's the point of you trying to catch a 100 pip move if again they're only driving 5 miles per hour or 5 kilometers per hour? Do you understand the logic of that? So it doesn't make sense. But yeah, you just have to be careful, people, because someone's drawing on the screen. Yeah. So does that make sense? Because I've got owner here. So boom. So let's go to it. So it told us that this was a sell for the day. Boom, boom, boom. And what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna get rid of these zones quickly. So yes, like I said, we'll go through this after. I just wanted to talk about the table so far, but now you can switch off your zones. So you can only leave strong zones on if you want to, whichever ones. You can literally do all of this with your zones. So you can see as soon as I did that, all the zones came off pretty much there, and only strong ones would be left. So if we just go down to like the 1 hour chart, boom, it told us that this pair was a sell for the day. As soon as the market would have opened, pretty much around the time the market opens, it's going to give us the indication of it. Yeah, it's just playing silly buggers with this. Let me see what it's saying here. Oops, something wrong, and it's not that indicator. Yeah, I know it is. I gotta check it. So it's because I've done so much coding, so I've just got to check that. So just bear with me, people. But most times, even if this ever happens to you, let's just see how it works. Let's just see if it loads back up. Yeah, it does. Boom. So you can see what happened there. Even if you get the red alert, so I want it to be in the Zoom call, just go to a different pair and you can try and go back to that pair. So let's just try and see if we can go back to that pair. If it does still do the error, I'll look after that. I'll look over that in after the Zoom call anyway. Look, boom. So it looks like it's loading up now anyway. But let's just see. If you ever do get a red error, exclamation mark, just go to a different pair and come back to it. Sometimes it's again, like I told you, Neo's got like 5,000 lines of code, people. It's heavy and I'm trying to minimize it, but it is heavy. So you have to be patient. So again, we can see that this was it was actually a sell trade. Let me just try and close this other Neo. No, this is the dashboard. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do this for now. Boom, boom, boom. This has got bare strong zones in here, boy. Let me try and do this. Give me a second, people. I'm just trying to switch off these zones for you so you can see it properly. So we're even going to just switch off the strong zones for now. Yeah. Just going to do that. Hopefully it doesn't bring it back with this. It does. Yeah. Just go ahead and switch these all off in the settings. I'm just going to switch this off. Boxes. There we go. Just so you can see what we're actually looking at here, people. Yeah. I'll switch them back on later. So you can see exactly what happened here. Remember, it's told you that this was a scalp sell from the beginning of the day. Now, realistically, if it's a scalp sell, we should be on a lower time frame. I want every single person to understand that we're not going to be on the time frame of the 1 hour. It doesn't make no sense. Think about it, people. This is not something I have to even teach you if you've traded for long enough. It's logical sense if you traded. Nobody takes a scalp trade on a 1 hour time frame. Do you understand? Like that's not something I have to teach you. So this is why sometimes when I say people ask me questions, it's a bit strange because it's like you've traded before, especially if you've traded for years. You are not going to get a scalp setup ever because it's called scalping for a reason and try and take an entry on a 1 hour time frame. Even though this is why I say people have to use their brain a little bit sometimes. Even though I've told you we use our 1 hour time frame for entry, again, why are you going to enter a scalp trade on a 1 hour time frame? It doesn't add up. Do you understand? Nobody does that, literally. They might check a 1 hour trend, but they don't use the 1 hour for entry. You're obviously going to use something like the 15-minute, 5 minute, or 1 minute for entry if you're scalping. Do you get it, people? Does that make sense? Does that make some clear sense to you guys and girls? Boom, boom, boom. So again, yeah, of course. Trust me. Hey, you're gonna say, of course, but some people they'll message me and be like, I don't understand why you say that Neo 1 hour entry when scalp trade come through, you say 5 minute chart. You're gonna get someone that says that. I swear to you. I swear to you. So look, boom. So obviously it's told you scalp. So that logic already tells you because I've set this up for you. You know you're looking for sales on RTY one. Again, I don't even trade this, but I'm just showing you how, even though I don't trade it, just the fact of you knowing how you can make money from it makes sense. So all you have to do now is literally go to the 1 hour time frame. Oh, sorry, 1 hour time frame. Look at me. You have to go to your lower time frame. So go to like your 15 minute, your 5 minute, or your 1 minute, whatever you prefer. Obviously, the lower the time frame, you're going to get more signals. That is just a fact in it. And I have not, again, I'm saying it very clear. I am building this strategy as we're talking. So the one thing that I've managed to do now is I've managed to find out what we need to look for. The second thing I've managed to do now is to give you some type of entry. Now, this is supposed to give you the best entries you can possibly get for now. It might be tweaked like I was showing late last night or early in the morning for some of how I'm trying to get even better using iceberg orders. Do you understand? But we are building, people. Be patient. I'm one human. Yeah. Cool. So you can see here it says sell alert. So you can actually set these up as alerts now on Neo. So if you go to add alert, yeah, boom. And if you was to go to add alert, and then obviously this is the pair, and then we just go to the functions. Now you can see with the functions, let me move this up because that was there. Let's just move this. Add alert, boom. Now, how you get this, you just go to elite buy or elite sell. Simple. So obviously, if we're looking for sells, you want elite sell. Now, what you want to do is you literally just want to set it up for the time frame that you're on. So the 15-minute chart. So before this sell signal came through, you'd want to wait for the 15-minute chart to be able to get this sell signal. Do you understand? Now, for people to understand, okay, but there was a sell signal here, and I would have obviously lost this trade or not. Now, this is something I was trying to explain in the secondary Zoom, but just because we're on this pair at the moment, I'll explain this point quickly for you. You want price action to go back into the Oracle zone. The Oracle zone has been there because this zone has been there from before. I've explained it before, but just for those that are not aware, the Oracle zone is where the most price activity would have happened from the previous day. So if the previous day is telling you that this area here is where you want to look for your buy or your sell entry, this is where you realistically want it to come from. So you can see that price action has come out from the beginning of Thursday. Where are we going? It's Friday. Yeah, so where's Friday start? Again, this is awkward for me because I don't look at indexes usually. Uh, what was it? Friday start. Okay, yeah, boom. So Friday start would have been here. So you can see price action has come out of this zone here, and then you've had this indication of this sell down here. Now, this is not what you want realistically. This is not what you want. If you even if you took this trade and you lost this trade, we're not going to go into magical cherry picking because mistakes can happen. Because we can see price action did come out and give you that signal. Like even if you lost that trade, this is ideally what should happen. You want price action to come out of here, go back into the zone, and then give you the alert. Or you want price action to give you the alert within the zone. Now, if we went to a different time frame, hopefully it doesn't crash. We're going to go down to the 5 minute and see what happens here. We might have had a 5 minute entry within that zone because it's there you go, people. You see what I'm saying? Again, what are you doing? You're scalping. So you would have been able to take this sell trade entry straight away. Why would you have been able to do that, John? You're going to ask me. Because where is price action? It is in the Oracle zone. And the Oracle zone is showing you where all of the massive amounts of whatever trades took place yesterday, now it's showing you this area today. So if it's telling you that there's a sell trade set up right here, and this is telling you it's worked out all of its mathematical calculations to tell you that price is pushing against each other. This is the rate that it's doing at 1.26. Yes, it's not the highest. It's a scalp trade. If I want to scalp and get into the market, again, it's not the best in the world, but let me try and see if I can catch some pips from this because it's giving me some type of mathematical equation to tell me I can buy or sell this pair today. It's not telling me this is absolutely dead. It's telling me that it's something. Yeah. You can see that the ones that are absolutely dead are number 8, 9, and so on below. Can you see? Because you can see that these numbers don't even they look, it's like 0.9. Sorry. So there you go. So straight away, you would have got your 5 minute alert for your entry here. You'd have been able to make the scalp trade all the way down to here, or you'd have been able to hold it for the rest of the day. Some people are going to ask me, where's my take profit levels and all stuff like that? Remember, I am still building this. I'm only one person. There's only so much I can do in one day. So, but at least what I've given you now is the identification of the entry of the trades you can be looking for and the entry. So what I've just based right there so far, does this make sense for everyone that is watching right now? It's very simple. Price was in the Oracle zone. You're scalping because the table has told you. You didn't have to do nothing. Nobody should be confused. As long as you can read English, hope I don't know if it can convert it to your own language, TradingView. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying from this point, as long as you can read English, it's told you. Number one, it's told you scalp sell. You go to the 1 5 minute or 15 minute because you're scalping. I don't have to teach you that. You should know that if you're traded for more than a year, people. If you haven't, that's a bit different. But if you have traded, you're not scalping on the 4 hour or the 1 hour. That's common sense. So I will get on to you if you message me that nonsense. Yeah. You go down to the 1 minute, the 5 minute, or the 15 minute. Now, obviously, but the next thing, prices in the Oracle zone, because it's telling you where most of the orders were traded from yesterday. It's today. It's going to show you that today. So on Friday, it's told you this is your area of interest, basically. AOI, this is your area of interest. It's giving you a 5 minute alert, which you would have got set up on your trading view or your phone. Then you enter the trade. Again, do not ask me, where's your stop loss, John? Where's your take profit? Because I am building the strategy. If you're not comfortable with trading that, then don't trade just yet. But a lot of people are because, they've traded long enough to know, put your stop loss at the last high. Put your take profits at lows. Do you understand? Some people you're not comfortable with that, and that's fine. But you have to be patient. Sorry for me to build this part of the indicator. Do you understand? And that's all I'm asking there. Okay, go on. So there was a few questions I think coming through. I'm just gonna see that. It makes sense. It should make dollars. Yeah, don't worry. Does it make dollars? Then I'm gonna ask you, does it make money? Yes, it makes money. But what I just said there, does that make sense? Look at table, go to lower time frame, wait for Oracle zone, make sure price in Oracle zone, or wait for it to go to Oracle zone. Take entry with alerts. Wait for table, Oracle zone, wait for entry, take trade. Does that make sense, people? Or do I need to talk like Fabian and tell you about the buyers and the sellers in the market and the liquidity? Do I need to tell you? Does it make sense, people? Just let me know, please, before I continue. It's three things. Doesn't matter what pair you're looking at, people. It doesn't matter what pair you're looking at. I will create the stop loss and the take profit levels again, but every single week it's a new part of this. Do you understand? So just bear with me, people. It's a new addition to Neo. The old version has that makes you money. I just got to say it clearly for people that watch the YouTube back. Obviously, everyone in the group or that's got Neo knows already. But anyone that's new, the old version of Neo makes you money. The only thing I'm doing here is trying to increase the win rate. Do you understand? So boom. So all right, cool. So we're going to move forward from that. So that shows you with a future, and that's good because I don't usually use futures in my videos. So at least people can see now, even without a currency pair. Do you understand? So boom. So we're going to go over to gold now because gold is so oily, people. We're going to go into oily gold, yeah. Let's do. And I haven't even checked this one, people. I haven't even checked this. I want you to all know I haven't checked it beforehand. I've looked at the currency pairs I traded. Yeah, I'm gonna go over Euro USD, but I want to go into gold because I want to go into something I haven't checked. Because I never traded gold with this sell, but I just want to show people here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this was to do with something else. So let me just add gold to the table. Oh, now you can get gold on your table. But again, remember, there's a whole bunch of crosses. You'll see what I'm gonna do in a second. Let's go here. Boom, boom, boom. Where are we? Where are we? Gonna have to put back on these zones as well. Oh, I didn't even use the zones there as well, people. But it's good for me to put back on the zones. I'll tell you why in a second. The zones might help you with a stop loss. Again, sometimes price wicks through the zones that I took off. But it gives you some type of average of a stop loss because realistically, price should hold. These buy and sell alerts only appear when a zone appears as well, which is the sniper zones. But let's just put these on quickly so we can progress to. Let me just do this one because we're on gold, because if not, it's going to cross it with anything else. It'll cross it with like XAU, ER, EUR, which we don't want. We just want, there we go. All right, cool. So let's go to the 1 hour chart. Now, Neo even gave you this sell alert. This is what I'm trying to show people. This is how crazy this is, people. Look here, boom. So why have we got CAD still on? So here's one sneaky pair that tries to stay on when you're switching them off. One sneaky, sneaky pair. Look at this, people. Muy bueno. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this right there. Look at this right there. Yeah. Look at this right there. So, yes, it is giving you it the wrong way round. But again, people, let's just have some initiative here. It's gold and the dollar. So, gold and the dollar is going to be XAU USD. If you're not aware of this, I understand. I have explained it a few times, but it's in the video. I will try and probably do this in one next update, trying to make it more readable for people that don't want to just actually type in what is GC and what is Dixie. They should just go to Google and type in what does GC and gold, what does that mean? And then Google's literally going to tell you with this AI generator, it's going to say that means XAU USD. But if you're too lazy to do that, people, I'm just going to change it. Yeah, don't worry. You got to remember, my mind, it made a peak formation low. It hasn't corrected this. Peak formation lows will only appear when the daily candle has actually closed. So this isn't guaranteed just yet. You have to wait for price to start on the new day. So you have to wait. Yeah, and the new day hasn't started yet because it needs to be the next week. So if it sticks there from next week, yes, but it still doesn't mean that it's a ready setup. And look at gold as well. Look, 21.95 people. So can you compare a 21.95 velocity rating compared to a 1.2? You see the difference, guys and girls? Yeah. Boom. But yeah, just so you know, James, you gotta wait. And remember, like I said, there's certain tweaks. Remember, just because I've said certain things, we can't hold it until I say the strategy is done. Remember, you haven't seen me telling you anything about the buy and sell alerts. So there's still things that I'm gonna change in this strategy. The buy and sell alerts that appear, I don't even have to teach you the strategy because it's already done and it tells you. This one, I still got to tweak things like I've told you. But even though I'm doing that, you can see how even yourself, James, people are still getting good success from it without me even finishing the strategy. So imagine when it's finished, is what I'm saying. So boom. All right, look at this, guys and girls. We're gonna go into this. Let's hurry up with this. Sorry, don't want to make you guys bored and that. I know everybody just likes to see the money, the money, the money. Look at this alert. So literally anyone that was in my VIP group can attest to this. So remember, I created these buy and sell alerts during the week. Yeah, these buy and sell alerts appear when sniper zones appear. And look, just so you can see, this is the 1 hour version of it. This was already telling you, I've just taken off my zones. But if I was to put back on the zones, yeah, just so we can see them, boom, 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 just so we can see them. Yeah, let's wait for the zones to come back on. Hopefully that was the right one. I switched off. I knew it. It's bloody had to be the wrong one that I did it on. So let's just go back here. Boxes. There we go. I switched off the boxes. Yeah, boom. So you can see, look at these alerts that it was giving you on gold. So this is only on the 1 hour chart. Obviously, different time frames will show you the different things. But this one was fantastic. Yes, this one took some drawdown. I hear that, but it's giving you that. And that was from a 1 hour point of view. Again, I'll go over these zones better even in another Zoom call. What they are, I did kind of go over them in the last Zoom call, but what they are is it shows you where buyers and sellers get trapped in the market, just so everybody knows. So it's telling you basically that sellers were trapped here. Look at this 1 hour buy alert it gave you. Look at this, people. Look at this right there. Look at this right there. Look at that. This was literally from here. If I zoom in, just so you can see, this was literally from here, there was hardly any drawdown. And look at the buy it caught you in. Boom. Do you understand? Like, I'm sorry, guys and girls, but this is sauce. This is very oily. Look at this right there, people. That alone is like a 1 to 2 to 10K buy trade. And it's done a few of them back there. Do you understand? So even if you did lose this one based on the 1 hour chart, again, there's a methodology to the zones. How are you going to look at them? But boom, this was still amazing. Very oily that buy. So now look at this. So the sell trade, we got the alert for this. Yeah, boom. Give me a sec. We got this alert for this sell trade right here. You can see the zone appeared there for the sell. And we didn't get the alert when price did this massive move. We got the alert when price was at least like at this level. And there's proof in my group because the alerts are going to be reading as these appear. You're going to get alerts as soon as it appears, like bing, it's going to tell you. So it's even giving you a heads up. But it solidifies that alert, obviously, when the candle closes, because you shouldn't just work out any type of indicator without a candle closing. But it's giving you the pre like warning that hey, and even when that happened, I said, listen, I just got a gold alert bling. I put it in my group straight away as soon as that happened. As soon as that happened, straight away you've gone into the fire. It's gone boom, and it's giving you the identification that you can take that sell trade. Now that's not even the issue. Even if you miss that, now look what happens. You can see instantly it went from the 20 velocity to look at it. Now it's gone into a scalp sell velocity, this 1.9, yeah? 1.4, sorry. Let's go into the next day. Let's see what happened. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. So even though it's gone into this, hold on. I'm trying to go here. Okay, what would have been better was here, but yeah, here we go. This is the idea of it for you. Yeah. Just so you can see. So I can say this one's saying swing by. Yes. Here, hold on. Let's go into the next day. Friday. Yeah, boom. But what the whole point of what I'm trying to get to here is I want people to understand this. And this is again something I will look into. Yeah, for so people can understand this point, just to make sure this is right. It could be doing this because of the way I've only got two pairs here. Again, remember, you got to bear with me. I've only made this update to the table in the last like 6 hours. So I'll just even check that quickly. But what now this is gonna what I'm trying to explain to you here, and the idea of this so you can get it, and what I've been explaining all week is remember, price was 20.9, 21.9 velocity here. We can tell from this sell order, and it's told us here automatically that price action has now shifted. It's taken off orders here. Do you understand? It's taken off what, like 7 velocity. So we're not looking for buys no more because it's told us that the banks have shifted about 7 velocity. Do you understand? So even if I have to put in here an extra thing for it to say, hey, look what's going on here at the moment. Yeah. This is so it'll basically tell you -9 or whatever it needs to tell you. Yeah. In terms of because you can see the workout here, but you can't see the work down, the breakdown. Now let me do this so you can get it clearer, so you can see my table here. I haven't released this update yet, but so you can see the idea of what I'm saying. Look here. So on this day here, we can see Wednesday. Boom. Give me a sec. Wednesday, 11 point this. I just want to make sure I got it. Yeah, boom. So here. So between this day and this day. So this is still working out the velocity, but it's a little bit different, but still there. Look, you can see here, the days are funny as well. Don't ask me. I've tried like 10, 20, 30 times to get these days matching, but because candles close in the same day, it's just weird. It's just not working. But this was basically yesterday, long story short. So this was yesterday, Wednesday, and today. So okay, yeah. So here, look. So this was the day before. So you can see this was 18.2 the day before. Then yesterday it went down by, look, you can see -6.76. Yeah. So what that's telling you is that they had bare buy orders. They had so many buy orders. I'm just trying to let you understand why this sell continuation is coming in. They had a lot of buy orders. Then it told you, remember, there's levels to the game and what they've done here. They've gone over a 5 point rating. All of this is going to be explained in the trigger understanding of it, people. They've gone over by 5. So when you've got everyone that's got the indicator right now, as soon as a 5.0 velocity trade happens, you get a life-changing trade entry appear. Everyone that's traded this week, they've seen that, they can comment on that and put bear witness. It's on their version of it. Do you understand? It happens here as well. It will tell you to execute a trade, but it doesn't just work in replay mode for some weird reason. I mean, it was working before, but I don't know. Maybe I coded something and it messed it up. I can check that. But you can see here, it's gone over a life-changing trade in the wrong direction. So this has already told you that gold is a sell. Everybody would have seen this that's already got Neo on their dashboard as well. Gold was a sell. So other people have seen this beforehand. Okay. Just want to make this clear. Boom. So now look what happens on the next day. Can you see people? Boom. So you might be saying, oh, but how would I have got an entry into that trade? Well, let's go to the 30-minute chart and see what happens. Let's go here. Let's go and wait for it to load for a second. So we didn't have a 30-minute alert. Let's go to the 15-minute. You see? And just see if we had a 15-minute. Nope, we didn't. And look where price is. Price is in where? Where is price right now telling you it can continue this sell? Where is price right now, people? Where? I just want you to know, put it in the chat for anyone to know where is price right now to tell you it could where not right now, where was it when it started the day? Sorry, that's what I meant to say. The day started right here. The day started there. Where was price? Where was it to tell you that you can take this sell trade, man? There you go. It was in the Oracle zone. Remember, that is telling you, not right now, sorry, Andy. I meant to say, where was it at the start of the day? And the start of the day, it was here. It was in the Oracle zone, giving you the indication. Look, as soon as it was in the zone, do you understand? So we're going to go down to the 5-minute chart, okay, people, and just start looking at it some more. Go into the 5-minute chart, see what we see. Boom. You didn't have it like there, but now let's go into the 1 minute. Let's even go into the 3-minute chart just because that's still a scalping time frame. See what we see. Because I didn't even check the 3-minute chart with this. Boom. Wait for it to load. It's loaded. Yep, boom. Let's go into the 1-minute chart. And here we go. So this even shows you guys and girls. Yeah. Okay. Have I got a setting on? I think hold on. I think I've done something here. I've got both Neos on. Because I know there's a 1 minute entry here. That's what I do know. Let me just double check this. Let me do this because there's filters you can add to these buy and sell alerts. So you can make it follow like the 1 hour trend and all of that. So this one has got this. Um, shapes done. Let's just go here. Let's go here. Let's make sure I switch off all these filters for now. So we get them. And we're gonna go over this in a bit. I'm gonna switch off all these filters just to make sure. Just to make sure. I'm gonna go back into it. Okay, was this today? This was Thursday. Okay, that's why this was Thursday. So that gave you the alert there. Boom. Let's go over here. So we're gonna go back in and see. We're gonna see if there was an alert entry. Even if there wasn't, unfortunately, but you did have the 1 hour alert entry from the day before. It doesn't matter. I can't create an alert entry if it's not there. It doesn't give it to you. But let's just see. Let's go back here. Yeah, so from what I can see, oops, I need to change the time frame. Bear with me, people. Yeah, from what I can see, there was no alert entry continuation. I remember I told you I haven't gone over gold, so I haven't checked it, but that's fine. There's nothing you can do about that for now. Literally, there was just no entry. There was no re-entry for it, but that's fine because the entry they gave you was already here from the day before. So literally, and this was telling you that the reversal could happen. So I'm not saying that that was the beautiful setup for you for the continuation. Yeah, that's fine. You know, again, we're not sugarcoating nothing here. I'm not going to sell you something that doesn't make sense. Let me get rid of those other tables there. But there was no continuation entry. The only factor you had there is price was in the Oracle zone. So unfortunately, there was no entry. We went over it. So you wouldn't have got another alert for that sell setup because again, it didn't give you, there just was no entry signal. There was no sell for that little continuation there. Like I said, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. It's where the cookie crumbles sometimes. But this wasn't the only trade setup. And what do I mean by that, John? All right, let's go. So now we'll go into Euro USD. So everybody saw the sell though. I just want to just make sure they got that. They saw the sell signal they would have got the day before, which was Thursday. Let's go and add Euro USD. So just stick with me, people. If you're here, trust me, this is very good, this indicator. I promise you that. You just have to bear with me. Like, you understand? You have to just bear with me, guys and girls. So we're going to take off gold from this, and we're just going to keep every other pair on here. Go back over to the 1 hour chart and look at this, guys and girls, you know? Just stay with me, people. Stay with me. Saturday, I promise you, you will not be upset with this product. Yeah. Let's go here. We're going to go to Ord USD. We're just going to refresh it. Now here, look at this, guys and girls. Yeah. Boom. All right, cool. So we're in the new day now. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, boom. So now, again, this pair has, I'm sorry, this indicator, let's just make sure. There we go. What's going on here? Yeah, boom. Yeah. What's going on here? Am I on the right day? Give me a second, people. Sure. Okay. What is going on? I think I might have opened up a wrong version of Neo at the moment. You have to bear with me. I've got so many. I'm on version like 940. Okay, no, I am right. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I'm right. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's weird. I'll tell you, sometimes, yeah, technology does some strange things. Because this in replay mode, even though I'll explain what I'm explaining to you, and I know why I'm saying it, you just have to bear with me, people. Technology is weird. Because all for the last times I've been using this recording, this thing wouldn't update during the candle movements. Now it's updating during the candle movements. The last time, like I told you, this down here, and this is not Neo doing this, this is like the replay mode. It's like hard to explain. But the replay mode was showing me in the replay mode when these would move. So you could see the velocity change. And I was going to try and explain that to you, but like I said, all of a sudden, like yesterday, it just always says 000 in replay mode. But when I come off of this, you'll see it has actual numbers here instead of 00. Yeah, which is weird. But let's just go back here. Could be how it started there. Because now in this replay mode, we're going into Friday. Let's go into Friday and see if it changes. Boom. Okay, yeah, I've just got to refresh it again. Again, this is replay mode. I said this here in the last Zoom. If it does that, you just got to refresh it, people. If it doesn't update, so if you're back testing, make sure you watch if the dashboard actually changes. Like there, can you see it changed? Boom. So, like saying, this is funny because it's 1 o'clock. But I just can't explain to you how weird that is there. Because usually it would update itself. This is what it was doing all last night when I was showing all the screenshots in the VIP group. Yeah, people, I kid you not. It was updating as soon as you open the next day. But now all of a sudden it's updating at the time I said it should update, usually, which is weird. So now 1 o'clock in the morning, UK time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. You can see the dashboard updated and it told you what to look for here, which is realistically what I was trying to get this thing to do, is to really realistically show me if it updates during the day so we can know, again, just like anyone might ask down the line, oh, but the dashboard might have been saying this at one time and then it says that. So I want to know if that is a reality so I can literally pinpoint it and say, okay, look at this time. This is when they inject or remove. So they either inject money into the market or remove, start taking their profits. But again, like I've noticed already and I explained before, 1 a.m. in the morning, this dashboard would more than likely change. So price has started to sell here. Now we are out of the Oracle zone here. This is absolutely fine. But look what it's told you straight away. It's giving you all of the trade setups. And remember, look what it's told you. These are all swing trade setups. So it's telling you that this is a highly, listen to me, guys and girls, this is a highly volatile day. Do you understand? Whenever you get a day looking like this and everything is saying swing, that tells you today's going to be a big push. So get ready to start taking your orders. How are you going to get ready to start taking your orders? Well, we can already see here if it did update at 1 a.m. in the morning. Let's say this was all real. So there's even a good point because I already noticed that from exactly what I said before, that it seems like there's a period sometimes they inject. And as long as we can see, then we know what to look for the course of the day. So boom. Obviously, we're going to be looking for sell trade, swing sell trade setups. This is a 6 rating. That is crazy, people. I kid you not. If you see the market go from a 1 to a 6 the next day, right, you better get ready to load up your orders on that pair. Yeah. So look here, boom. So what we're going to wait for is we're going to wait for our sell alert. Remember, we need to wait for our sell alert and price action to come back into the most traded area from the previous day. The most traded area from the previous day was between here and here. This is what we are looking for, people. And what you're going to do, yeah, is you're going to set up your alerts. Yeah, this is the new update, James. You don't have this. This is the whole point of the Zoom call. So when you do get the update, you can actually know how to use it. Do you understand, guys and girls? So boom, when you actually get in here, look, wait for it, wait for it. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. See what it does. Boom. Now you're back in the Oracle zone. Let's just go down to the lower time frames to make sure if we got a signal in here. Yeah. Remember, what you can do, people, is you can set an alert on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and the 30 minute. As soon as you saw that disappeared, how it did, where I showed you what was saying swing, it will change back now. Yeah. Boom. You would have already, from when it was already here, you would have set your alert. What you're waiting for is you want to, when you go to the pair, you've got your alert. If it's not giving you that alert after it's come into the Oracle zone, if it's out of it, or if it's inside, again, it needs to be inside the Oracle zone and give you an alert. Or if it's giving you an alert outside, wait for it to go back into the zone. And then when you get your next alert after it's done something like this, you can see, boom, then you'll take the trade. So we're just going to move it forward and see, boom, here. Can you see, guys and girls? Right there. So if you had a 1 minute, a 5 minute, and a 15 minute, and a 30 minute alert, and a 1 hour alert, so if you had all of those alerts set up, people, you can do the same thing. You literally just go to, I can't do it in replay mode, I'll show you after, but you literally go to your alerts, and then you're going to set up 6 alerts. This is how I explain it. So you're going to set up one on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and the 30 minute. Yeah. The reason why I'm telling you to do this now, and it can change to make it even smaller and easier for you to be able to do that, is because you don't want to miss the trade. There is no specific, oh my God, every single time it's on this time frame, it's just going to give you perfect entry. Like we have to be realistic, guys and girls. put some elbow grease into what you're doing here. It's already literally told you what to trade. It's telling you literally when to trade it. But the fact you might have to set yourself 6 alerts, I think it's the least you can do for not having to make a strategy. You understand? Literally. And the alerts is for, remember, you get these alerts on your phone. So you can just go to your phone and you can see, hold on, prices, it's giving me a 30-minute alert. Prices in the Oracle zone. I'm looking for a sell. It's told me to sell. So what am I going to do? I'm going to enter my sell trade position. Boom. Look. And you can see this would have been an execute now. So this execute now would have been the God mode or the life-changing trade, but it would have had a number there and told you a velocity. It does do that in the live market. Again, I don't know why the numbers are not there in replay. It's very weird. I can sort that out after, but I wasn't really concerned with it not working in replay when I can easily just see it in the live market and obviously code that to fix later on, hopefully. So boom, look there, 30-minute. You've got your 30-minute alert, and then look at that. Look at that right there, people. Look at that right there. You see it? Look at it right there, people. Look at it right there. So you'd have been able to make your money. This is it. Remember, it's Friday in the end of the month, so you can't expect price to do a big move. We're still going to go over some other pairs. Be patient, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm just going to see the questions. Yeah, that's fine. And for people with strategies as well, whatever strategy you want to use is what you want to use. But one thing I can just ask when it comes to the group, don't try and overcomplicate it for the traders, because if you do pay attention, it is very stressful for me to teach people, even just this alone, let alone having to teach them about all the different candlestick patterns, all the different wedges, all the different Fibonacci's, and all of that stuff. So again, if you've got your own methodology, like I know you do, James, that's absolutely fine. Use that to help you if you want to. If you don't and it works without it, then great. But if it does, that's absolutely fine. But like I said, we just don't want to go too far in the group, because some people are going to start telling you about, yeah, there's a supreme liquidity high sweep here, and you're going to make it too complicated for people. Because I've had people ask me, how do I use Neo when it just tells you enter now, entry, stop loss, and take profit? So imagine trying to teach people liquidities and Fibonacci's and waves and all this stuff. Do you understand? So boom. So again, I'm just going to check the questions. So if it goes back into the Oracle zone and you can see an alert, and you can't see an alert, check the lower time frames. Remember, yes, that's if you're manually doing it, but you're not going to have that issue if it's outside the Oracle zone. And let's say now, remember, like I said, I just said it, set yourself all the time frame alerts. And what you want to do is don't set them, because now we're here now. Let's just do this quickly. Boom. Yeah. Don't set them for once per bar close, because if you set it for, so let's say I'm setting it here, I would have set a sell alert. Do not set it for once per bar close, set it for only once. If you set it for once per bar close, remember, you're going to be getting a 1 minute alert every minute of the day. Do you understand? But if you set it for only once, when it triggers a 1 minute alert, if that's in the wrong place, yeah, if it's not in your area of interest, which is the Oracle zone, then just ignore that one. If it now gives you, let's say later on, it gave you the 30-minute alert, yeah, that was the only one that appeared. Okay, let me just do this quickly because it's annoying. Give me a second. Just wanted to load back up the other one so you can see it. So yeah, boom. So now let's say it gave you the 30-minute alert. Yeah, this correct one here. It gave you this, and you can see, hey, this is a 30-minute alert. It's back in its area of interest. It could sell from here. Now this is the trade you can take. Do you understand? So boom, and you would have got one notification on that. So all you have to do is just whenever you get time, you just glance on your phone. You're gonna get the alert pop up just like alerts work. Do you understand? That's fine. No worries at all. So yeah, that's how you do that one. So this is great. Like I said, if you can stick with this Zoom, you're gonna get an appreciate. Like trust me, you're gonna appreciate this. And I do say it sometimes. I understand if people got stuff to do. I understand. Yeah, I get it. But I'm telling you, do not message me when this product starts going for like three, four, £500, because people will start making money from this. And I'm about to show you why people start making money in a second. Just give me a second. Boom. So, all right, cool. So, yeah, we've got the sales trade signal there. These are all trades that I took on yesterday, by the way, and I posted them in a group. Told everybody at 1 a.m. in the morning, it's between 1 and 2. I told them what to look for. It's the same thing here. You can see here. It did try to do the trick shot. So this is what you got to watch out for. And this is where I told people, okay, it's confirmed. We're even with this new methodology. The whole reason I put the Oracle zone there for The reason for it is that price goes back to this area if it's away from it. And if it is going to continue a move, it more than likely will go back to the area and then continue to move. If it just goes away and never goes back, well, you're going to miss some trades, people. Just let go. But that don't happen every day. When that happens, this is what gives you when you don't wait for it to go back to the Oracle zone. If it's out of it by the time you're ready to take a trade, you're just going to put yourself in drawdown unnecessarily. It's like a 50-50 where you're better off waiting. It's no different from telling people, hold on a second. Like, what do people usually do? I'm not drawing this correctly. I'm just saying people draw Fibonacci, let's just say from here to here, and their zone is back here. Well, you're not going to trade your Fibonacci from the lower level. You're going to trade it from the when it does the pullback. Do you understand? I'm not saying this fib's correct if I get any fib warriors onto me, but I'm just giving you the idea. Wait for it to pull back to the highest great area, which is the Oracle zone, and then wait for your alert. And what we actually got here on Euro USD was this. So price action broke out in the morning. Remember, we already know Euro USD was a sell. You can see that the numbers are here now. If you look at the bottom of my screen, it says negative this. And this one here I've set up. I've got two Neos. The reason why is before I created this update, this is why I say I'm helping you guys and girls. I wanted to see what the daily velocity was before and what it went negative by. If it went negative by anything over a 5, I know that's a big trade. If it goes anything over negative or positive by a 3, I know that's like a day trade. And then anything over 1 is a scalp trade. That's how the numbers are worked out there for you. So 1 to 3 is scalp trades. 3 to 5 is day trades. And 5 plus is swing trades. So this is how this alert would have happened to you here. You didn't even have to stress. Yeah. Does the Oracle zone show up at a specific time? Every single day the market opens, you have a new Oracle zone there. It's always there. It's like, I don't know if people traded pivot points. Pivot points is always there at the beginning of the week and they stay there. So every single new day the market opens, it's going to show you where that area is, where you need to be looking for your, it's going to print it. Every single market open without fail, never fails, people. Always there. Does Oracle zone show up specific to each trading day or just space? No. So every single day, it's always going to show you the previous days. So the question was, does it only appear if in certain market conditions? It appears every single day, regardless, because every day has some type of movement. So wherever it's telling you that the most movement yesterday happened right over here. You see? So where is it going to happen again today? It's gonna happen right over here. This is what it's telling you. And look, if I'm lying, I'm flying, people, straight away. This was the one that confirmed it for me with this new idea of the setup, that what I was already doing with Neo and the buy and sell alert signals with the entry take profit made sense. And even here, I'm seeing it again. So again, you would have got a 1 hour alert here when this candle closed. Look at this right there. This gave you no waste of time. Once you got that 1 hour alert, you would have just been in here. And again, for some people, like I've said with the zones, I don't want to just use them and say they're solid right now, but you would have got in. I don't know if this was a buy or sell candle, but let's say you got in here. Boom. Look at this. Stop loss at the top of this zone here because it's told you that there's buyers trapped here. 1 hour buyers trapped in this area. So ideally, buyers shouldn't be going higher than this area because they're trapped in this area. I've just took off the labels because it'd be too much on the chart when you've got the buy and sell, the trap sellers, the ABS. But it's telling you that there's 1 hour trapped buyers here. So it should only be sellers. And look at the massive injection. Boom. This was a 4.7R trade, people. What did you have to do here? Listen to this again. I'm breaking this down for you. You would have been able to check your dashboard straight away. It's told you look for a sell trade on Euro USD. I'm just giving you this trade here because it's one I took. Yeah, boom. This is before I put the workout. You can see USD CAD was the best one, and I'll show you that in a sec as well. Boom. You would have been able to again, check the dashboard. You would have had to, let's say the dashboard did only update at 1 a.m. in the morning, which was here. So this would have been 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you, 1 a.m. for me in the morning, which is kind of crazy because obviously people don't want to be up at 1. But again, it would have updated there. I've already got an alert that's built. I haven't gone through that setting here, but there's an alert that's built that shows you when these things change. So you've got an alert as well that you can put. And now what I might do is put the alert set to this so it can tell you which specific pair. I'll check that. That's why I said there's little tweaks I'm just trying to sort out. But imagine you have already got the alert you can set for the individual pair to see if the velocity changed. Again, if you've got a premium, you can set it to a watch list so it'll tell you anything and it will tell you it went up by a little bit, it went up by medium. Again, it will tell you if it's gone up by one, if it's gone up to three or more, or if it's gone up to five or more. So even if you didn't want to be up at 1 a.m. In the morning, there's even an alert for that. That's what I'm trying to tell you, people. This is what I'm doing for you. Do you understand? But let's just say now you did. You've seen it here. So you look at the dashboard, it's told you so. Then the next thing you're going to do is, okay, it's told me so at 1 a.m. in the morning, but I am not going to sell from here. If I'm going to sell from anywhere, let them do all of that stupid liquidity hunts in Asian session and London session and possibly New York session, because we know the Oracle zone is where? Here. Again, very clear for anyone that will come back and say, I don't understand. John, please. Table has told you to sell. Oracle zone retest because it's outside of the zone. Yeah. Wait for your alert to appear. Enter the trade. Table, Oracle zone, alert, enter the trade. If it's already in the Oracle zone, it would have just been table, already in the Oracle zone, alert, enter the trade. Three steps. Do you understand that, people? Is that clear enough for everybody to understand in here? There's only two variations it could do. It can either be out, and the variation only comes from it being outside of the Oracle zone or inside of the Oracle zone. There is no perfect harmony I can do. That's price action. You understand? Yeah? Does that make sense? Everybody else, come on. I want to see more people. There's people in the Zoom call. Let me know if that makes sense. Does it make sense? Let me know. I don't want the same people in the chat because it's not fair that people start messaging me 2, 3 in the morning. If I start ignoring you when you're asking for help at 2, 3 in the morning, don't blame me. Do you understand? Because I'm explaining this in the Zoom call and I've taken the time out. I've kicked everybody away and told them, listen, I've got to do this Zoom call. So I've got to show everybody what's going on. Everybody's made quiet, perfect harmony for me to do the Zoom call. Are you understanding what I'm saying to you here, people? Yeah, no, that's fine, Andy. I understand, but remember, you're not asking. You've never asked me for like the most silliest things. Let's just be honest. You've never, like, realistically, you've just never. Um, I'm talking about the people that would just say, "I'm confused." Like, you know, them ones there, like when they're literally just saying they're confused, and I'm like, "How are you confused?" Remember, this is just the idea of three things: table, Oracle zone, alert, entry. I told you, but and I'm gonna make it so simple that you're gonna soon have your stop loss and your take profit and all of that sorted for you. But again, I'm one person. I can't complete the mission in just 2 weeks. I'm trying here, people. I'm trying. If this is silly to them, then that's what the whole point eclipse. That's what I'm trying to say. Then it's just like it gets to a point where, as a mentor, is it just the person's not paying attention, or they're just not willing to actually figure it out? Do you understand? Because remember, I'm doing this on the fly. Remember, listen to how crazy it is what I'm doing here, guys and girls. I'm not only making the strategy from scratch, basically what I've just shown you here, the tweaks. I'm also coding it at the same time and teaching you how to use it. So if you can't tell me you can't just pick up free confluences when I'm doing all of those things, what's going on here? Do you understand? Like I'm doing way more and I'm seeing it. And like I said, I'm not trying to be rude to anyone, but I'm like, listen, we're here trying to make thousands of dollars here. You got to switch, I don't know, whatever it is, maybe drink four more coffees. You got to switch on something so you get on par with what I'm talking about. You understand? And I've made it so simple that it's not. I'm just explaining parts of Neo, but the actual to make money, did you hear what I just said there? Table, Oracle Zone, entry alert. Oh my God. You understand? Like, literally, people. Remember, it's going to seem people. I think people get confused when I explain to them what Neo has in it. And the reason I do that is because if I don't do that in Zoom calls, people are going to now come to me and tell me, what does this mean? What does that mean? And I told you, if I ignore people, they're going to say, he's a fake mentor. He's a scammer. Do you understand? But I can just switch off and ignore people, unless they tell me, John, can we enter this trade now because the free confluence has appeared? Do you understand? It's no problem. Like I said, I'm not saying I won't entertain people or anything. People can tell. I've got flipping 2 years worth of chats with so many students, 3 years worth of chats. We're talking stupid o'clock in the UK. I'm messaging them and breaking down everything. But I'm like, come on, people. Like, I do want you to actually get to a point where there's only so much I can do. Table, Oracle Zone, enter. Do you understand? And like I said, Mr. T, that would be only based on them. because what happens here, Mr. T, I want you to know, this is what I've noticed with people. They become scared to trade. I'm not scared to trade. That's the difference between me and them. That's the only difference. You can't be scared to trade. It don't make sense. You're not in the right industry. If the alert comes on a 1 minute and you want to take that 1 minute entry, yes, you know it's a 1 minute entry. You might be wrong. So guess what you're going to do? You're either going to close the trade if it starts going negative, or you're going to hold some drawdown. Or what you're going to do is lower your risk because it's a 1 minute entry. Do you understand? Like, I can't teach someone how to be not scared of trading. That doesn't make sense. And that doesn't mean I'm giving you a bad product. That's the person that's scared to lose money. So what you're doing here? Do you know what I mean? You can't. I had to hold 500 to figure out the Oracle zone is works with what I've just built here, just so people can understand, literally, guys and girls. I had to hold about $1,000 worth of drawdown at one point in this trade. I was in AU, GU, and EU. These same trades live that I've showed you in the market. For me to do that, I've had to be in $1,000 worth of drawdown. People, do you understand? To say, oh, you know what? It makes more sense to just wait for it to go back to the zone. So why am I having to do that to make it perfect for everyone, but they're scared to lose 10 or 20 pounds? It don't make sense. Do you see what I'm saying, people? It don't make sense. So if you're scared to trade, I can't help you no matter what I sell you, no matter what I do for you. But if you're willing to understand, you're going to lose some money sometimes, you're going to make money, but the better you get with it, you'll be fine. Then you're good. But let's not go off on that one too much. But hopefully that little diversion made sense to everyone. Hopefully that makes sense what I just said there to everyone. It's all good. It's all rounded up. Yeah. Cool. So let's just go into this quickly. So I just want to go over the settings quickly, and then because I've already shown you the trades, the three confluences that are set in stone right now. Those are three confluences set in stone. Table, Oracle Zone, alerts. Alerts will be set from the 1 minute to the 1 hour. There's nothing I can do right now that's going to give you the perfect entry because I need to figure out, is there a sync of time frames between the alerts? It's already built in there, and I'll explain that to you in a second. Cool. So let's go over it. These are all added. What's the new one? So with the anchor, yeah, with the anchor calculation time frame, I'm not too sure. Forgive, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if you could change the time frame before and then if the update you guys have got. If not, you can obviously now you can change it to whatever time frame you want. It's best to keep this on a 1 hour time frame for your natural entry alerts, however you want to do it. But again, like I've told you, it doesn't even matter if you set this to a 1 hour because the way I've added alerts to it now, you're going to get alerts from a 1 minute doing the same thing the anchor table does, a 5 minute, a 15, a 30 minute, or 1 hour. So regardless, whatever time frame you set this to, realistically, your best thing is just to actually set this to chart. That's your best thing because whatever time frame you go through, when you click on the chart, it will move the anchor table to that time frame. Do you understand? Yeah. It's now changed. Look, you can see that could be what. Well, yeah. Okay, no, this is live market. So you can see now it's obviously doing this time frame. You can see this one is the 1 hour because I'm on the 1 hour chart and now saying the same thing. So, but this is my secondary table. I added a secondary Neo Reloaded, as you can see here. If you look on the left of my screen, I've got two. For me to figure out the perfection of this entry I've just given you here, and to figure out the table and what's doing here, what I did is I added another Neo. You don't have to do this. I did it because remember I'm coding it, so I need to make it simpler. Now look how simple the table is. You can make this smaller. Remember, yeah. Boom. I added a secondary table because I want to see every day when the individual orders, or let's say velocity, is highering or lowering. And again, like I told you, a one velocity is basically a small pulse in the market, so it's only a scalp. Anything over a three is a day trade. Anything over a five becomes a swing trade and becomes very heavy. That's why you can see all of these are over five. And then what happens here? Boom, you see? So I've had to put that on a daily here as a secondary indicator. So you don't need this, guys and girls. You don't need the secondary one at all. I did it so I could figure out how to make this table for you. Again, table, Oracle zone, alert entry. Boom. The only work you realistically have to do here is look at the table for the trade to pair, the pair to trade, yeah, and set the alerts. That's literally the only two things you've got to do there. And then the only other thing is that boom, your Oracle entry. These actual buy and sell alerts, I kid you not, are coded to appear after price has literally hit this Oracle zone. There's filters in order for me to take to take things on and off, and I'll show you that. That's what's part of the settings. Boom. So we're gonna go down here, go back to it, people. So okay. So yeah, this is just the colors for the flashes on this table here. Okay. I might have to change some of this wording. I'm going to go over every individual part and just tweak those before I give the indicator out. So don't worry about that, people. The names might be different when I do, but like I said, I'm trying to update fast. So obviously I can't clear up some things. I have to move forward, go back, move forward, move forward. Do you understand? Like I'm trying to do this fast for you guys and girls, but obviously it's going to be clean by the time you get it. Sniper tech absorption. So this just shows, sorry, sniper entry, basically the absorption. So these are just a buy and sell. The hell is that? This is just the buy and sell areas. As you know, you can switch them on and off now. You can switch on strong, medium, and weak zones. It depends on whatever you want to do, just so your table's clear or not. I actually leave them all on because I want to see all of them. Because sometimes even a weak zone can hold price and do a mad move, especially if the velocity is very high. You're actually in a nice, sorry, people, you're in a nice setup. So let me just get a drink. And there. All right, sorry. History just shows all the broken zones. You guys should have that already. You should have this already. It shows you all the broken zones. That was there. These three weren't there. This was there. So these two were there. Show zones. And again, that's another thing that I'm talking about with guys and girls. I've never purchased the indicator and not gone through all the settings if I have an interest in it, obviously. If you've got an interest in it, you've got to go through all your settings. So yes, it's fair for you to ask the question. I'm not saying that, but realistically, guys and girls, all it takes is this week I'm just gonna switch. That's why I had that little rant in the morning yesterday. Just go through your settings and okay. That's it. That's it, people. Come on. Remember, I can't. Just please, please, yeah, please. Okay. Um, it's so you can see the history. There's no way to utilize it in any perfection. It's just so you can see the history of broken zones. It's so people can actually backtest if anything held or not. That's it. So you can actually look. Remember, I have to. What's the point of me having all the zones and they just disappear? I'm never going to be able to know where the zone appeared and if it actually made sense for the strategy. So I actually put it there for myself, but I just gave people the option of having it as well. Do you understand? Literally, because I'm never going to know if the zones that I've created make any damn sense if I can't see where they actually have plotted on the chart. Do you understand? So this is why it's automatically off for yourself anyway, but you can switch it on if you just want to see. Remember, just because I'm telling you to trade this way, you can still trade Neo how you want to. As soon as it's option based, isn't it? For that. Um, so then there's the bookmap engine. So I've got the big fascination of trying to get as much data as possible to go towards these order flow softwares. If anyone has been looking at YouTube and order flow is actually flipping amazing. Order flow actually shows you in live time when market orders are being placed in the market. Literally like how when we put a buy or sell in MetaTrader, we can see the line, the red little line that appears. Um, that's how the order flows work, the softwares, but you can't, so you don't see the red lines, you just see it as like a heat map on the chart. And that was the whole point of what I'm trying to get here. Now, the problem is TradingView has limitations. So we can only get up to level one data. So imagine there's three layers into the market. And we're seeing candlesticks. We're seeing like the basic, most basic version of it. And what I'm trying to do is get to at least level one data. So level one data gives us what we start to see here, where we get these zones, which is the liquidity zone. So right now you see this liquidity here. Sorry, it's these absorption zones. So these liquidity engine, it's not even there no more. This part of it, I've got to get rid of all of this text. It's not even there no more because I got rid of it because we can add more things. There's something else I'll add, and that's the iceberg orders. So I'm going to remove this and add the icebergs once I see the reality of what it's doing and everything like that. But this would have been part of that setting. It's not there no more, any of this. So whatever you do there, it's not going to change anything. What is there is the CVD divergence, hidden absorption, and the trapped traders, basically the micro. So this one here is like the micro versions of the trapped buyers, trapped sellers. So if price action is now, imagine it's buying up and you get an ABS purple absorption, yeah, when it appears on the chart. So let's just put it here. I'm just going to put all of this back for you guys and girls so you can see. Yeah, this is for the more manual trader. You do not you need to use this for what I explained to you, table, Oracle zone entry. But if you want to be a fancy dancy trader, completely up to you guys and girls. So I'm not going to tell you how oily you want to make your trading. As long as you're making money, it's all good in it. But you can see here, so what it's telling you here is there's a story behind it. So price action tried to buy, but sellers obviously absorbed all the buyers here. That's giving you a good indication that sellers are starting to push into the market. The fact that this has happened, plus we can see the tables even updated, again, it's a good indication that sellers have pushed into the market. It's pretty obvious because it's sold in it. Now, this is good because this is telling you sellers have pushed into the market, but what's happened here, then now there's trapped sellers here. So sellers are no longer going to go past this level as it stands. Right now, as it stands, there's a war between the buyers and the sellers in this area in the auction, and it's whoever's going to win. Now, what happened here is you can see price tried to buy back up to tell you, hey, buyers want to come back into this market. But then again, the sellers came back in and absorbed those buyers. Said, no, no, no. Then the buyers tried to come back in again right here in the market. But then what happened is that the sellers pushed back in here, and the absorption purple that you see here would have more than likely been on like a lower time frame. It would have said a purple absorption there. When that did actually happen, the next thing that occurred is what people we got to the point where we see the trapped buyers here. This is why we get the alerts. You see, I just took it off because we don't need it because I added the buy and sell. All of this is coded together in the buy and sell alerts, is what I'm trying to tell you. So this is why I made it simple and why it takes me at least a week to do a certain amount of updates. So, but you can see this is just the story behind the picture. There was trapped buyers here. This is why you got the sell alert because it told you, hey, prices come off the Oracle zone, trapped buyers have appeared, and now we've got boom. And there's a certain amount of velocity in these candles. Again, unfortunately, I can't show you in replay mode, but it would have told you there was an execute now or a super sniper entry. Again, you don't even have to worry about that now because even after, remember, I made the anchor protocol call, the anchor protocol table, sorry for you, which you have now. Then I've changed it to make it like a mentor version of it, so it's simpler, so it doesn't have all these fancy names. It just says buy now, sell now. Then I realized that I could code this into actually showing me physical just buy sell alerts on the table based on the logic of this. This is what I've done. So now you understand it's already automatically doing it for you. So technically, you don't even need these on the table. You don't need these tables. You just need this table, the Oracle zone, and your alerts. Do you understand, guys and girls? That's how you kind of trade this in easy mode. Do you get it? The only thing I have to do this week is to make sure that this table is telling you the correct information without it being bigger. That's all. So I might change some things to this table saying, oh, you know what? I didn't realize it missed that or it missed this. Does that make sense what I've just said there, guys and girls? Does that make sense what I've just said? All of this is already done for you. But if you want to be a very oily trader, Johnson's baby oil the hell out of your chart, you can manually get fixated and get your euphorism, whatever you want to call it, from looking at these absorptions and the trap sellers and the trap buyers. Remember, I had to add this there to see if it makes sense. Then I've merged it all together. Everything I've said is the same thing, part and parcel in every Zoom call. There's a lot of stuff here because I have to merge it together and make it make sense for myself. So I can simplify it for you. And that is what I've done there. So yeah, boom. And if you're not familiar on these type of things, then go and get yourself clued up on it as well. Do you understand? Like, remember, everybody has access to the internet. It's how you're watching me right now. If you don't understand what absorption is, then type it in Google. You're gonna get a massive explanation of what absorption is. Oh, so that's what John added. Oh, so that's do you understand? That's the type of times when I'm just like, come on, you can't expect me to code, do this, do that, do this, do this, and do that, and then break down things that people should know. You might not know what it stood for, but if I've told you what it stood for, now you asking me, but what does that mean? Do you understand? I'm like, brother, go on Google, man. Everyone's got Google. You can go on Google and get way more better of an explanation of what it means than I'm ever going to be able to give you because I'm not a computer software. Do you understand? So yes, if it was the main idea of the strategy, I would 100% teach it to you. But it's there for a reason, just to show you what it is, for you to know what it actually is. I'll give you this explanation, but you can go to YouTube, Google, and there's going to be millions of explanations on what absorption is, trap buyers and trap sellers. Do you understand? So yeah, boom. So that's all of that there. Boom, 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 boom. So let's go back into this. Um, let's go back into this. Um, cool, where are we? Was here. Okay, so now we've got anchor velocity alert. So that's basically this, like I told you. So imagine when this changes to scalp, day, and swing. This basically here, yeah, you can change it to the velocity. It tells you here what velocity alerts when changing the velocity pulse exceeds a certain value. So obviously I put mine down to one, so I would like to get all the alerts from one, but higher. Do you understand? But you can set it that you only want alerts from five or above. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you only get the best of the best trades that could possibly happen. So that will just make sure your win rate is just like 80%, let's just say at this point. Because but you might not trade every day because obviously the market's not going to go into a 5-star rating in terms of the velocity, as you can see over here, every day. But if that doesn't phase you, then you just set this to five. Do you understand? But now this obviously is for the individual pair, and it says you can do this as well, which is this is what I'm trying to tell you. There's alerts upon alerts, people. You don't have to just do everything manually. If true, oh, hold on a second. Yeah, so it says, if true, you only get bullish surge alerts or bearish surge alerts when the banks are already in that trend. So imagine now what happens is this is the best way for me to explain what this means here. This is something I'm working on, so this is still beta, but this is showing me the weekly velocity increase and decrease. So I can see when big swing trades are about to happen. And this one here is also showing me the daily version of it. So I can see all of the daily pullbacks and the increases and decreases. So basically, imagine this was a massive, as you can see, this is a bullish trend. So that alert, that other little tick box means that basically, let's say this goes back into tomorrow, let's just say on Monday, it goes back into +3 bullish on this instead of keep selling. Yeah. That alert will now only, if you tick that other alert here, let's go here. If you tick this filter on here, boom, where was it? Yeah. That means that it will now tell you that you've gone back into the bullish trend. Do you see it, people? Remember, you set alerts to timeframes as well in the alert conditions. That's what you do there in the alert settings. But now it'll tell you that, hey, we've gone back into a bullish trend and it's +1 or +2 or +3 or whatever you set it to. Do you understand? So that way you can filter garbage out. Do you understand? So you might only want to trade with the trend specifically when a pair has an increase of velocity of one, two, three, or more. Does that make sense again? I have to always say that so it's clear for people. This is not what you need to trade. This is how oily you want to make Neo for yourself. Do you understand? It's how oily. Because everyone's going to ask me, what does this mean, John? What does that mean? Well, I'm going through it in the video so you can see. Okay, boom. Yeah, it's custom Neo, so you can make it oily. So this one, I might get rid of this or change it to have some type of logic with this table here to make it very more easier for you to be able to make money. But right now you can individually set a pair to check if you want. Yeah. But remember, I have to get rid of stuff and add stuff because I can't have the Neo's already at 5,000 lines of code. I have to delete some stuff to make it make sense. And that's why I'm trying to compress certain things. So I apologize if people start to like this and I get rid of it, but I will make it to make sense in another way. Does that again, just to help people. Now you've got something called the Master Synergy Radar. So what this here is for the buy and sell signals that appear on the chart. So you can customize it so you only get in certain ways. So for example, here, yeah, you require global flow alignment. So I'm going to put all the I information back here. I don't know why that deleted. It's so annoying coded sometimes because you do something and then you change something and then it'll get rid of something. But basically, there was information here. So this means that you can basically set on the buy and sell alerts to make sure it only goes in the trend again with what the trend of the pair actually is. So again, if your USD is a strong buy, I'm just showing you the example here, it will now only give you buy alerts it will only give you buy alerts basically. Because remember, you can set alerts on anything. On a watch list, let me just show you quickly. Yeah. You can go to, let's say this is my watch list, make all the major pairs. Then I can go to any elite alert signal. So every major pair, whether it's got a buy or a sell, it's going to give me an alert signal. Do you understand? So it's just going to tell me straight away that boom, there was a huge surge and spike in price action here. So I can make it that if I only want, let's say I could have gone to the pair, I can see that it's a strong buy. I can literally make sure it only gives me any alert signal, but it will only be, sorry, not any alert signal. It will only give me the elite buy signals, if that makes sense. It's not going to produce any sell signals. That's basically what you can do. Yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah, most definitely. That's what you said. Someone said that it's good right now. People just need to get their hands on it, and that's it. So, boom. That's what it literally does there for you guys and girls. It literally locks in the trend of the buy and sell signals. You can do that there. Boom. Auto filter weak zone. So now you can make sure that it doesn't give you no weak zone signals. So basically, I considered anything that's lower than the 1 hour chart. Yeah, it will only give you medium or strong signals there. Do you understand? So you can combine these. So it will literally only give you medium or strong signal alerts based on the zones, because obviously the stronger the zone, the more the probability is higher that it will hold and it won't just break that zone. Do you understand? Because obviously, if there's a weak trapped buyers or sellers, it's not as good as a medium trapped buyers or sellers or strong trapped buyers and sellers. Do you understand? So you can literally filter the buy and sell alert signals to mitigate all of the weak zones, basically, and that's anything below the 1 hour chart. Do you understand? So anything below the 1 hour chart, if it's not medium or strong, it won't give you the alert. It will only give you, do you understand? But for me, because I need to see everything and see if I'm right, I've just leave it off. Then, but again, what I did is I've got two versions of Neo. So on one version of Neo, I made it where I'm only getting the best of the best signals appearing buy and sell. Do you understand? And then in the secondary version, I've got them all open. So sometimes on my chart, you're going to see two different colors of a buy or two different colors of a sell appearing. Do you understand the text? And that is so I can see the strong buy and sells and I can see the weak buy and sells as well at the same time. But again, that's more of a, Big John. He likes to have everything on his chart sort of thing. Yeah. Boom. This is the signal look back. So it'll give you up to, I think, 15 here. So this is just the locker. No, sorry, this is after the amount of bars that it produces. So after 15 bars, it's not gonna produce. It won't basically continuously put buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell on the chart. It has to wait at least 15 candlesticks before it produces another buy or sell alert. Meaning you're not gonna just get buy, sell all over your chart. You understand? Now there's enable master time frame hierarchy here, yeah. So again, now you can make sure that if there's a certain trend, you want to stay within that trend, the time frame specifically. So you can now click this, boom, and then you can now require that you only get, yeah, basically A grade setups based on this. So it's basically telling you, again, I had all the information there, it's so annoying because I made sure I put the information there so it doesn't get confusing. But I'll bring that back for you so you can highlight over it just like this, and it'll give you an explanation of what it means. Yeah. But yeah, basically you can require only, so only when you get like the best of the best, so the velocity is correct, it's a strong zone and it's in alignment with the time frame. That's the signals you can get. Again, the tighter and tighter you make it, the more strict you make your Neo, the less trades will appear, but the better trades you will get. Does that make sense as well for you guys and girls? All clear? Is that all clear for you? No? So there, boom. But you don't need to do this. Everything that's going to be here, I'm going to set it all as a default for you. So you're not going to have to worry about that. I'm just telling you what they all individually mean because, again, people will ask me, what does it mean? And these are specific things. These are not things you can. This is what I don't mind explaining. Things you can't Google, I don't mind explaining what that is because, again, you're not going to know what a global flow alignment is because you didn't create it. You understand? So, boom. So yeah, that's kind of just it. And then it just tells you what alert style do you want. Do you want this one? Do you want the basic original? So again, I'll make sure there's information beside all of this so you can read all of these yourself. You understand? So that is all the stuff there. Boom. That is all the stuff there that's in the table. That's all the updates I've done and everything. Now I'm just going to do one last part of this Zoom call because obviously we are going through the minutes here. Yeah. And now look at this. This is me just doing some random-ish, and you can see the power of this dashboard quickly. We're just gonna go here. We're gonna go to a random bar. Yeah. And my food's almost ready now, people. So I'm not gonna stay on too long. Plus the Zoom call's gone over for a bit. Remember, there will be. I'm gonna try and do a Zoom call midweek as well, just to get people up to speed some more. 'Cause I feel like it would be too much to try and cram it into one session. But the main factors I've gone over at the beginning of the Zoom, which is table, Oracle Zone, alert. But look, just look here. Let's get rid of this because we don't need that bottom table. Let me just fast forward this. Boom. So let's make sure this is there. Yeah, look. So boom. So it's telling us that best pair to trade is GBP USD buy. Yeah, automatically. This is a random date, people. Yeah, boom. We're just gonna go to random bar. I just want to make sure I got there. One more bar, boom. So we're going to go to GBP USD. Now, just because it's telling you that it's a day trade and it's a free rating, obviously it doesn't mean that it's going to be a humongous trade. It could actually be the fact that the trend is reversing in this pair. Okay. So I just want you to know that. But it's still telling you that it should hold a buy. So let's go over to GBP USD. That's number one. Well, there you go, people. I don't need to make it up. If you think I'm If you think I'm just lying, and it does this way more than it doesn't, people, you don't need to look for any trades. It was very probably boring and mediocre at the beginning of the Zoom. I get it, but I have to explain things to people because if not, remember, it's poor John has to answer all of these questions at 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. And if I don't, I get called a fake mentor. And it's not really fair. Because trust me, people have done that. I don't understand, John. You're just this and you're that. It's happened to me, and I just don't disclose it with people when it does happen to me. And it's quite annoying. So that's why I had to explain it for you. But look, GBP USD, what do we see here straight away? We see exactly what happens. Ridiculous, people. Hold on. Let me just switch off all of these so our chart's a bit more clearer. Boom. Now, there was a question that was asked here. Boom. What was quick about it? You can see it was very simple, people. Remember, this is recorded. All I did is do this. I just replayed from the beginning of the week. This is a random date. This is in 2016. This shows you the strategy's working in 2016, people. There's a random date in replay mode. I didn't do anything crazy. I just moved forward. Table's got. If your table doesn't update itself, like I said, replay mode is funny as hell. And I've seen that with any indicator. You just got to bloody go back again and try it again. Yeah. You basically got to refresh the replay. Sometimes the table won't update, is what I'm trying to tell you. So if you see the table's not moving, go back again in replay and it should the second time. You see it changed this time. And it changed, you see? It told me GBP USD was a good buy. Obviously, I'm trying to get to the end of the day. So I'm just fast forwarding to the end of the day right now. Yeah. And I know the end of the day for me will come up on the 9 o'clock candle, which is 21, or I go to 20. Yeah. So I'm on the 16. Um, two more should do it. Boom. Nope. So we need to wait. Yeah. Boom. Let's just go there. It's all right. Cool. So you can already see people straight away. What did it tell you? So listen to what I'm telling you here, clear as day. Imagine now what serves correct. Most times this is going to appear straight away at the beginning of the day. It's going to tell you what to look for. If it doesn't, I've noticed that there's like imagine it like the stock market opening is the best way for me to put it. Yeah. 1 a.m. in the morning, London time, the table can update itself. And 8 p.m., that's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We worked it out. Yeah. In the last Zoom call. So imagine that is the time. Let's just put imagine, yeah, for now. Yeah. Imagine that's the magical time the table gets, it locks its trend, locks it, key locked, boom. Yeah. Doesn't change after that. You're going to get this information. Okay. Either market open or those times that I just said. Boom. Now you know GBP USD is the you didn't need to go and check nothing. You don't care about going through all the charts. You don't give a damn. You've just gone to your table and seen, oh wow, GBP USD is telling me that they've increased the velocity by or decreased the velocity by 3%, 3.0. Cool. You go to GBP USD. The next thing you're looking for is price action. If I'm looking for a buy trade, price action has to be in the Oracle zone or outside of the Oracle zone. In the Oracle zone or outside of the Oracle zone? Give me 1 second, people. 1 second. Sorry, people. Food's on the way. Delivery. Just wait a second here. Sorry. I'm trying to move as fast as possible. Boom. So yeah, you can see here, boom. Price. Remember, for a buy trade, you want it either outside the bottom of the Oracle zone to go through it and buy. yeah, or inside the Oracle zone and just buy. For a sell trade, you want it to be outside of the Oracle zone, yeah, to look for your sells to go down. Boom. Yeah. Or you want it inside the zone and just sell straight away. Again. And then if it is just in the Oracle zone, it's in the Oracle zone. Take the trade. Do you understand? So it's either going to be, remember, it's no, this is like telling you this is a premium entry if a buy is real because it's at the best possible. You're basically getting 100% discount to be able to get into this trade. Do you understand? Literally. So that's why I said think of it like a Fibonacci if anyone's used fibs before. It's like this is the best idea because it's outside the zone. You're waiting for the slingshot to buy. It would have either been outside, inside, or it would have been on the other side here, which would have been wrong, and you're waiting for it to go back in. That's all. That's the most work you've got to do. Is just understand the Oracle zone. But literally, it's no different from an area of interest. Yeah, the area of interest. But this is good for you because if you're outside the area of interest for the buy trade on the bottom, clear as day, on the bottom for buys, on the top for sells, on the bottom for buys, on the top for sells. If it's a buy trade and you are outside of it on the bottom, that is a super trade entry. If you are inside, take the trade as well. If you are on the wrong side of it, then wait for it to go back into the zone and buy. Simple. Three variations. Whether it's a buy or the sell, you do the exact same thing. If it's a sell, it's the same thing, just inverted. It's on the top of the zone here, perfect entry. If it's in the middle of if it's in the zone, great. Continue to take the sell trade. If it's at the bottom of the trade, like Euro USD was, wait for it to pull back, continue to take the trade. Is that very clear? Very, very clear for everyone in here. Is that very clear? Please let me know. Three variations. That's what it is. That doesn't matter. That's okay. Let's not say that doesn't matter. That's three variations. Very clear. Yeah. Cool. Now, again, what happened here? Boom. Let's just do this. Very clear. So it's in the Zoom call. Some of you have already been using the Oracle Zone, so you already know how it works. For others that don't know, I just explained it there for you. I don't know how much more clearer I can make than that. Three variations, two of them are perfect. One of them you wait for it to pull back. It's simple. That's just it. Yeah. Cool. So anyway, now, look. So obviously we can see we only had a 1 hour alert here. Let's go to the 30-minute chart for that trade setup. Boom. There was no quicker 30-minute alert. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. No problem, Richard. And thanks for being here, Richard, as well. I know you don't get to get into every Zoom call as well. Thank you for your time, mate. Um, boom, boom, boom. Let's see if there's a 5-minute alert. Let's just see. Load up, load up, load up, load up. There we go. Boom. So you had your 5-minute buy alert here. Boom. So this would have been your early alert entry that you had, and this was perfect. It's fine. You're not gonna win every. It's not even you're not gonna win every trade. Some trades you're gonna hold drawdown. It gave you a 5-minute alert here. Yeah. Obviously, price action pulled back. How many pips is this? Price action pulled back about 45 pips here. Yeah. Boom. And then you got your trade entry to go into your trade, which was 155 pips. That was still a 1 to 3 hour trade. Where would your safe zone have been here? Well, you kind of got a little bit of an idea. This would have been a bit big here, 70 pips here, but boom. It was a bit of a big trade. That's fine. This is literally, I kid you not, people. This is why I don't trade with a stop loss. I just lower my risk. Do you understand? I just lower my risk because stop losses are just stupid, bruv. You're going to put 20 pips, it's going to go 40 pips. You're going to put 15 pips, it's going to go 27 pips. This is the whole thing. You just lower your risk and you actually work on your account as it just being open. So you see your money fluctuating. If it goes past your threshold, then you're like, okay, I want to put it here, but if it starts getting to about, let's say, 100, 200 negative, and that works with your risk management, then I close the trade. Simple. Do you understand? Like, this is why I just don't put stop losses. But a lot of the time, you got to let trades breathe, man. As you know, I'm trying to work on super sniper entries like that it would have been here. And that's why I said I figured out something with iceberg orders, but sometimes this will happen, people. Yeah. But if you do actually pay attention to the market structure here and don't like literally, where was the lowest low here? It was right here. Price action never went below that level. And that's how price action works realistically. It never broke its lowest low, so it didn't change structure, it didn't really break it. Do you understand? But you had your 5-minute alert there. Now let's see on the 1 minute if there was any other alerts quickly. Boom. There you go. So on the 1 minute, it gave you a better alert on the other way round. Do you understand? So on the 5 minute deal, I should have marked it out. I think it was like here somewhere. Boom. The 5 minute was like here, but look at the 1 minute alert it gave you later on. This was less drawdown and this one was no drawdown. Do you understand? So yes, somebody might say, oh, but what is the best time frame? This is what I try to tell people. Right now, I haven't worked out the actual best time frame. Again, I'm building the strategy. But realistically, just because of that, it doesn't, you can't be scared to make money. If you're scared to lose 10, 20, 30, 50, $100, depending on your account size, I can't help you because I'm risking my money to take these trades. And when you see me post profits, it's because I'm like, listen, I know this is good enough. It shouldn't go 150 pips the wrong way. Sometimes you're going to hold drawdown. Like I said to everybody before, you go to work, you don't get paid to the end of the month or the end of the week, let's just say now. That is technically your version of work-life drawdown. You put the hours in, but you don't get paid until the end of the month. So why is it that when you enter a trade in Forex, you must get paid immediately? It's insanity. It's insanity. You understand? You actually physically work and don't get paid straight away. But when you enter the charts, for some reason, you feel you have the right to get paid immediately. It's ridiculous. Sometimes you're gonna hold drawdown. Does that make sense again there from that angle as well, people? Yeah. It's just ridiculous. One on one is not making two, it's making five. So sometimes you'll hold it, but boom, what you could have done is easily have said, okay, if you are a risk-based trader and you know how to trade, you got your 5 minute alert, then you put another entry in your 1 minute and another entry here. And before you know it, you're stacked in a mad trade for that buy. If you don't know how to do that and you're going to blow your account, don't do that. Just hold the one entry and hold some drawdown. I personally would have just entered the 5 minute one, would have just been holding the drawdown and just waiting for it to kick into London session. And that's just it. I've done it many times, even trading other people's accounts on hypergrowth. They've seen me do it. We've gone into a trade, it's gone into like 25% profit, then it's gone into like 15% drawdown. By the next day, it goes into 60, 70% flip on the account. I'm doing this with people's accounts. So what I'm saying is not BS, is what I'm trying to tell you people. You get it? Yeah, no worries. I've been in work drawdown. There you go. Richard said he's been in work drawdown too long. Bring the source. And this is what it is, guys and girls. Like sometimes you're going to be in drawdown, but boom. All right, cool. So we've seen that trade. Let me go back to the 1 hour chart quickly because my food's almost ready, people, literally. And I need to wrap this up because we have been here for an hour. But I will do another Zoom during the week. No, let me not do that. Look, so let me just bring this back here quickly. This is how you back test it. So when I give it to you guys, I'm gonna give this out to you guys and girls today. So after I eat my food and everything, I'm just gonna wrap up the best I can and then give it out to you today. This is how you back test it. So GBP USD, let's go to the second best trade. So whenever there's a match of two, because obviously Dixie has got GBP USD and GBP has got GBP USD because obviously it's GBP USD. So then just go to the third trade. Because if not, it was trying to skip this number before when I was doing it. So I just made them both say 1 and 2. Yeah. Now go to like CAD, USD CAD, which is the third trade. But we can see the rating of USD CAD was 2.46. So technically, it doesn't mean that wasn't a great trade. Luke, see, this was a day trade. It just means that this could have been weaker. So obviously, you're going to say you want a day trade more than a scalp trade. But let's go to USD CAD and see what it looks like. USD CAD. Boom. But there you go, people. You can see there was a bit more friction in this trade. So it sold down, pulled back, then went. But it still did what, guys and girls? It sold. How would you find your entry? Now, even this is stupid because this was a 1 hour entry from this area. Do you understand? That's how mad it was. Look at that. So this was a 1 hour alert. You would have got set up. Thank you so much, baby. Yeah. Ooh, thank you so much. Dinner's here. Wife has made dinner. Oh, amazing, amazing. Absolutely amazing, people. Yeah. But look here. You see, so this time you would have got a 1 hour alert. So imagine you, and remember, you've already seen what are the pairs to trade. Okay. The table has to update. Let me just do this quickly so you can see the table again properly. Yeah. Let me just do this. Boom. You remember the table's told you the third best pair to look for, technically the second, because GBP USD is twice there. Yeah. Is USD CAD. USD CAD, you would have had, remember, you would have set your alerts on GBP USD. You would have got a 5 minute alert on GBP USD for the entry. You would have also set your alerts on USD CAD as well. you would have had your 1 hour alert here on this one. You could have had other time frames, but I'm not going to go in between because I think you get the point by now. Set your alerts on all 6 of the time frames. One of them's going to come through. You can take it. Obviously, I'm going to say it again. If you get a 1 minute alert and it aligns with the Oracle zone, yeah, then sorry, obviously if you get a 1 minute alert, you might get some friction. You saw how we had the 5 minute entry on GBP USD and it still pulled back. It would have been better if there was like a 15-minute entry because it probably would have got you out of that rubbish. But again, I can't give you perfection to the point of 100%. Do you understand? Hey, John, loving this new features table much better as well. Thank you so much, Nye. Thank you. Nyla just said that she loves the new table and how it looks. Cool. So you get the point of it, people. Look what's happened here. Table, Oracle zone. Prices is the variation too. Prices in the Oracle zone. 1 hour alert. Just for the sake of the video, let's go down here. There's probably a 30-minute alert there somewhere. If not, you would have got the 1 hour, but let's just see. You had a 30-minute alert when it came out of there, so that was after. Yeah. Let's just see if we had a 15-minute alert inside there. Let's just see. There you go. You had a 15-minute alert. So you more than likely would have got the 15-minute alert that triggered into the 1 hour alert. Can you see, people? Literally, boom, trade set up. Can you see how ridiculous this comes, guys and girls? It becomes very, very, very silly. Can everybody see how simple this is? And please let me know. Can you just see how simple this is? Literally. The only thing that would have happened is if, let's say, the market opened and it gapped down, then you wait for it to pull back to here and then sell it. Cool. Again, remember, once I've got everything solidified, there will be repetition of Zoom call understanding. So you're going to understand that if I'm saying 3, 4 videos in a row, wait for this, boom, 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 it's going to be easier. But again, I'm trying to move as fast as possible so everybody has the product. Let me just change the pair quickly. Go back to the 1 hour chart and then see the table. So you can see it straight away, guys and girls. Look, boom. Go back here. Okay, and what was the next one? Let me just go to the question. I'm going to check something else. We have to just control risk result. That's it. H, that's it. All you've got to do is control your risk. Results will follow. You understand? And no matter how much I talk and say whatever it is, I can't force a trader to trade at 0.01 or at 10.0. That's down to the trader at that point. You know what I mean? That's down to them. You understand? If you're not good with it, then don't trade it. Do you understand? I don't know what to say after that point. I can't create you anything because you're just going to blow your account all the time. But as long as you control your risk, which most of the traders that you're seeing, we've had traders passing prop accounts, traders taking out profits now. Do you understand? And that's based on the previous version, not even this update. That's pinpointing you more to the better trades. You know, in that previous version, you had to kind of find the trades. I've now shown you straight away, boom, they're here. All right, cool. So the next best trade here would have been 3 and then 4. AUD USD. So let's see what AUD USD did quickly. And you can see. So can you see the difference in velocity rating? So not only does it work out the velocity, it works out quite a few things here, but can you see why I did this now? So you can see how GBP USD did the better buy and AUD USD didn't really do anything, but it was a scalp buy. Can you see, people? So why would you? So realistically, yes, USD CAD did a nice sell trade, but obviously it had a better push. Remember, I told you the reason these numbers are there is they're telling you that these pairs are pulling away from each other at this speed. So GBP USD was pulling away. GBP was pulling away from the dollar faster than USD CAD was pulling away from USD and the CAD, the dollar and the CAD. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why they're there. So obviously, remember that is the fundamental thing. No matter what strategy you trade, I don't care who you are, what you do, what method you use. If price is not pulling away from each other, you have a dead trade. That is a fact. That's how I got the idea of this table. Do you see it? I had to look at what was fact in trading. What is the fact? And that is a fact. If price is not moving opposite from each other, then what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Literally at that point. So, and then all I did is try to put in more factors into, okay, but how fast is it moving away from each other? How do we monitor this when it's doing that? Do you see it, people? One idea, expand it, find greatness, and now you've got Neo, the update, and the table. Do you understand? So boom. So that's it. I'm gonna do one more random bar test, and after that, I'm gonna stop the Zoom there because I'm not having my dinner get cold on me, people. Down. Okay. So look here. Okay, so I can see the table. You can see if you get into the next trading day and the table doesn't change, it means the table's stuck. So what you need to do is just go back to your bar selector, go before the day, and if anyone's asking how I've got my day and my week separators, it's right here. There's something called weekend, Saturday, Sunday. This is your week separators, and I've got something called day separator with day labels. So this is how I can see my week and my days. Yeah. Yeah, I'll pin the new settings, but realistically, I'm gonna make all the settings default anyway. Do you understand? So all the settings that you need are gonna be default. Literally, that's what people ask me to do in it. So I'm gonna just default the settings. I can do that in the coding. I can default all the settings, so you already have the default settings. So really and truly, I don't have to give you any settings. And my settings are always going to be different from yours because I've got several things. I've got many tables. I've got this. I've got that. Do you understand? So my settings are always going to be different from yours. All right, cool. So let's go here. Boom, boom, boom. It's just the next day. Let's see. Okay, here. So boom, it's already telling you that this day here, Wednesday of this random week in 2018, is not a good trading day because look, everything is a scalp trade. So now you see the whole point of what I tried to do here. The same way we try to find a good setup in the week, yeah, is that sometimes you have a good week and sometimes you're gonna have like a consolidation week. Do you understand? It's the same way I'm trying to show you guys and girls with this new table and the idea of scalp day and swing is that some days they're not going to be good day trades to take. That doesn't mean you can't make money, hence the point of scout, but it's not the greatest. You understand? But let's just go here and see what happened quickly. So let's just fast forward it to the end. Okay, you see how the sell started to come in outside the Oracle zone here. This isn't the trading setup, I'm just showing you. But even here, look, actually, no, I'm in AD USD, it's not there. But you can see just in general, look, but it said, sorry, I don't know why my brain keeps doing that. But yeah, in general, can you see the idea of it? Price came out of the Oracle zone here, boom, and now it's starting to sell. Might buy, but I'm just trying to show you. Boom, boom. Oops, did I go too fast? Wednesday. Scalp sell. No, we're still there. All right, cool. So yeah, look at this now. So what's the best trade here? It says EuroCAD scalp buy. So let's go over to EuroCAD and see what it did. Let's just see what it did. Can you see how weak that trade was? Can you see, guys and girls, right there? Notice what happens here. Obviously, the day before was a huge day in the market for EuroCAD, but now it's doing what? It's pulling back. So it's not going to tell you. So all of these trades here are pretty much probably going to be useless, is what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. So there's no point even looking at that. When you get a day where everything says scout, if you want to make money, you can try and make money, completely up to you. But I'll just wait for the next day. And now I can start to see day trades are coming in. So look here. Let's go to the end of this day. Give me a sec. Give me a second. Okay, let's just do one more bar. Okay, let's go to the next day. Okay, let me just take it back. So I'm just going to the next day. Ugh. Just let it load up for a second, people. And it starts to load. Just asking for alerts. Can there be a Telegram channel? No, I'm not gonna do that this time because I have to monitor that and everything. And I don't mind people asking for that if they're willing to pay for it. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't mind, but me having to set that up for everyone, monitor it, make sure it's working. Remember, I've got to have a system running these alerts. Do you understand? So if people are willing to pay for those, oh sorry, I know you did say it there. Oh no, you said for people that don't have paid subscription accounts or alerts. Remember, I've sold this for lifetime access, H. I can't, on top of that, be also setting up things for people so they can also make money if they don't have a paid trading view. We're all here to invest. You get what I'm saying? And that's not a dig at you, H. It's just like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. What else? I might as well come to your house and trade for you at this point. You know, I might as well. I might as well. Let's come on. I might as well. As long as you make me some dinner, some good dinner, I'll come to your house and I trade for you. You know, like that. Like, boom, boom, boom. But remember, it's like it's $20 a month. If you're not putting 20, I get it. Money's not, the best in the world for everyone. But if you're not putting $20 a month into trading, it always gets to that point. It's like I know what I can do for you at this point. You know what I mean? And I checked the package as well. With $20 a month will get you 100 alerts. So, all right, cool. So let's go here. Boom. So look here. So where is it? Nope, this wasn't the day. What happened there? I'm sorry, it's not update the table. Let me go here. Sorry, give me a sec. And then update the table. Come on, load up. Sorry, people, I'm just trying to load it up. So I was trying to go back in here. Come on. What happened here? My table bloody loaded. You know, so sometimes it'll do this in replay mode. You can see what I'm saying. It'll just do the stupidity. The table's not updating. So you can see when the table's just not moving for long, you can see the table's not updating. So you got to take it back to the beginning of the day. This is just what's happening. Again, this is not a Neo thing for anybody that's trying to hate. This is TradingView. It just does this. There you go. Boom. So now we've got this. So I just got to take it slow. You can see the table's updating now. So I'm just trying to go to the end of the day so we can work it out. All right, boom, 8 o'clock. Yeah. So what's the best trade? It's told us to take AED USD sell. Yeah. So let's go over to AED USD. Let's see what happened on AED USD. Are you ready, people? Are you ready? Let me know in the chat if you're ready to see what AED USD did. Let me know. Let me know, guys and girls. Are you ready to see what AED USD did? Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. Look at that right there. Look at that right there. Look at that right there, huh? That's pure marination. That's pure oil. Yeah. You see, the liquidity in the market was perfect for the buyers and the sellers obviously took place in this market. You see? You see? Look at that. Look at this right there. Look, you can even see from the 1 hour strong trap buyers that happened up there. Boom. Now you can see. So you get the point. And all I'm doing is tighten and tighten. This is what I tell people. If you stay to the end of this room, I know it was long as hell. I understand that. And when someone sees 2 hours, they're gonna be like, oh, but bruv, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm spending 50 hours coding something. I'm not gonna make a 15-minute video explaining to you. It's not gonna make sense, is it? There you go. You see it? So boom, you get the point of what I'm doing here, guys and girls. Now, from everything I explained to you, do you understand? So again, I don't know if you was here at the beginning of the Zoom. I did already explain this to you, my friend. The entries you've set, I did already explain this. There's somebody asked, are we switching from the 4 hour to the 1 hour? I already did explain that in the last Zoom call. Yes, you have to be on the 1 hour now. You can't be on the 4 hour because for you to get entries, these are day trades, most of these trades. Do you understand? So you're not going to be able to get the better entry based on the 4 hour because it takes a lot for 4 hour to create an entry. Do you understand? Now you got to understand this. I keep saying this as well. Yeah. Of course, this is what's happening. Do you understand? So let's just go. I said bye. So what I'm explaining to you, okay, boom, GM, we're gonna go back here, yeah, for you, mate. Yeah, boom. I don't know if you're new, I haven't seen your name in there before. Again, there's going to be alerts that appear, but certain things have to happen for it to give you the best idea of the alert. So we're not necessarily switching from the 4 hour to the 1 hour. We are looking at it just from a 1 hour point of view because we're looking at the best trades to take each day. As you can see, my chart looks very neat from the weekly separator to the days. Yeah. Then the next thing we're going to go into here is that you have to set your alerts up. This is something like people have to do. You're going to have to set alerts on the 1 hour and the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, and the 1 hour. You do not want to set anything higher than that because you're just going to get it. Like, I'm not saying there won't be an alert there, but it's just not necessary. Long story short, it's just not necessary. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different alerts for any one of these pairs. You're going to set it once per bar close because now look, there was no 1 hour alert for the entry of this trade. Boom. We're going to go to the 30 minute. Okay. The 30 minute alert was far away. So you're gonna go out to later. Let's go to the 15 minute chart. Let's see what happened. Boom. There you go. Where would you have got your alert? You would have got a 15 minute alert here at market open. You would have had some drawdown. Not too much drawdown. How much drawdown would you have had? About 7 to 8, 9, let's say 10 pips drawdown, 10, 11 pips drawdown. Boom. For a 78 pip trade. You had your second one here for your 15 minute alert. Do you understand? So this is why I'm saying you set your 5 alerts up because remember, you're not going to trade 15 pairs. It's telling you the best pairs. You filtered out all the best, all the rubbish and all the good ones. If you're only looking at AUD USD today, you'd only been getting alerts on AUD USD for sales. You understand? Where's the stress? Price was in the Oracle zone. Remember, it's either going to be outside of the Oracle zone, in the Oracle zone, or away from the Oracle zone and has to pull back into it to give you the alert. Do you understand, people? Very simple. Did you see that? Yes, message me as soon as you get out of here. Anybody that wants to purchase Neo that is in here still. My dinner's getting cold again. This is the second Zoom call. My dinner's getting cold. Yeah. But if you want to purchase Neo, this is the stuff I'm trying to do for you guys and girls. Um, you have to just get into it. Like all I'm trying to tell you is that it's the start and the cusp of something great here. And I can't show people any other angle of how this is not amazing, literally. Like, I don't know what more. Like, I'm not making this up. If you don't believe me, get into it because other traders are trading it and seeing this. They're like, oh, Euro USD says sniper sold today. Let me sell. And guess what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 traders sold, and certain people made some stupid money yesterday, including myself. You understand? So yeah, boom. Just message me anyway if you want to get into Neo. Like I said, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. I'm gonna try and do another Zoom call during the week just to do a refresher. Hopefully so. Do you understand? Hopefully that one could be a bit quicker. Um, and then yeah, we'll take it from there, guys and girls. Pardon me. Yeah. But right now I need to get to this dinner before it turns into an ice cold, ice cold plate of food that I have to eat. You know, no worries. Tell your friends, tell all your loved ones, tell everybody. Neo is the future. No worries. I'll speak to you later, guys and girls. And message me in the group for anything. No problem. Take care.